This is well over a year in the making, and it was pretty neat to see our dreams become a reality today.
On Saturday morning around 7 a.m., over 30 volunteers arrived to help assemble the Provincetown Elementary School's new playground equipment.
It went about as smooth as you could imagine, so very few hiccups. We had beautiful weather and phenomenal help.
We had firemen, we had PFS committee members, their husbands, just everybody lots of parents. It seemed like we had lots of parents, and they did a phenomenal job. I mean, we were standing back, watching and lull at times, saying they're just all working like so well together, so it was really neat to see everybody come together for the kids. Yesterday we were here, sorting everything out, and again, kind of overwhelmed, but we expected to kind of be done around 5 o'clock, maybe 4 on a good day, and we blew it out of the water. They did awesome. So.
As you being the chief, this has got to make you just proud as heck, right?
Well, I'm glad that they got it done. We actually helped install the set we tore out. At least I did. A lot of the guys didn't, but I've been around a long time. And we did a lot of work on the last one, so that's what it came up and they said, yeah, why don't we help with it again? So and they voted on it and decided to help where they could.
The Parents for Student organization raised a large portion of the money for the playground through raffles and fundraisers. The group had an initial goal of $60,000. The
PFS gals are amazing. They were behind this from the get-go, and very supportive. They've been from day one, and we're talking 12 to 18 months out. We've been game planning for this day, and they've been just phenomenal, whether it's support or physically being there to help in any way, shape, or form.
It was overwhelming because we knew the cost of it, just because we had an idea. Tampico just put one in not all that long ago with their new school, so we had a pretty good idea of what it was going to cost.
A high point in the fundraising process came when Parents for Students was awarded a $15,000 grant.
Well, the grant started actually before we started with the fundraiser with the fire department. There were a lot of steps to the grant. There were different tiers of qualifications that you had to meet. So we made it past the first tier, and then a couple months later they asked for more information. You supply that, and then you might pass the second tier, and then more information. So you're kind of getting deeper and deeper into it. So I think it was maybe in November that Justin called me one night and said, we finally got approved, we got it.
The volunteer builders not only did an outstanding job of installing the equipment, but they made a huge contribution financially.
The grant was $15,000, but the community build, installation on this playground equipment, so the playground equipment cost us, I think we were right around $48,000, but they say installation on your playground equipment usually runs 25% of your equipment cost, so that's another $12,000 to $13,000. So the grant was $15,000, but everyone who is helping today saved us about another $12,000. So really it's about $27,000. We're closer to $30,000 at that point. So today alone saved us a huge chunk of money.
Yeah. This was truly a community effort, as the Parents for Students group was also helped by the local Boy Scouts.
And some of the issues with the old playground equipment was that it was being vandalized. So we were concerned that the playground equipment that was delivered yesterday, with it all setting out here, that something might happen to it. So we decided to ask the scouts if they would come stay the night and guard it for us for the evening, and they were happy to do that.
It's just got to be awesome for you to stand here and be able to see this thing.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty awesome. Yeah, to think that it's all already done. It seemed like just thinking back on everything that we had to do to get to this point, and now it's here. It's pretty cool.